Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the delay. We had a couple of issues there once the lobby was trying to be recreated, and some of the members unfortunately had to leave. So that match itself is going to be postponed until a later date, where we will resume on Bank with Raven Shield up 2 rounds to 1 over Lone Wolf, and of course Lone Wolf will be starting on attack. So we're going to go ahead and move into the next makeup match of the night, which is going to be Lone Wolf, which is on the blue side, against Armstrong on the orange side. And remember, Lone Wolf has to win one of these maps in order to stay alive in the playoffs. We're just waiting on one more member to come in and fill in here for Armstrong, and we'll get underway here on House. Our second map is going to be Chalet. So just bear with us. We'll take a quick break while we wait for everyone to get set up here. Once again, I do apologize for the delay, but we're going to get underway here as soon as possible. Alright, welcome back. We're just getting our final member in here. He did have to restart his client due to some technical difficulties. Alright, we are all set up here and ready to go. Without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and get this started. First map's going to be House. Hopefully we have time to get to the second map, which will be Chalet. Armstrong will be starting here on defense, Lone Wolf starting on attack. Alright, so it looks like the defense is going to start upstairs, kid's bedroom, workshop.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Time for some serious protection. Camera ready. Reinforcing the wall. Camera ready to activate. Barbed wire set. Seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alright, and the attackers are going to make their way here to attack the second floor of House. So Ash is going to make her way up onto the rooftops. As the first shots come out from Lobster, taking down the Capitao. And Ash is going to go ahead and open up that wall there. He's going to drop down to get the thermite who fell off the roof.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
And is then going to make her way back up. Actually coming in through garage instead. Now they have Mute here holding down the master bedroom and bathroom. Pulse is holding down this small corridor here, making sure that no one's coming in through those windows. We do have Blackbeard here on top of the greenhouse, who is going to see Lobster peek his head around and is able to take him down. To even it up at 4 members each. Now they have a minute left to make a push. They're going to have to make something happen here soon. As Ash begins to make her way up from the basement. She knows that there is one above, but not the right spot. But it is going to give away her position as well. 40 seconds left. They're going to have to make their way up the stairs.
Enemy contact. Workshop.
25 seconds left. They're making their way over to the stairs now.
15 seconds remaining.
Knowing that a push is going to have to coming through those windows pretty soon. They are waiting. Wyatt is able to take out the Blackbeard. Mute is able to take one down, and Ash is going to come around the corner and take him down. They're going to have to go for the kills. They're not going to have time to defuse, but Ash is the only one inside and is not going to be able to get to the diffuser in time, and the round is going to go to the defenders. With Lone Wolf going up 1 round to 0. Now they're going to move on to attack, and I do anticipate that Armstrong will be taking... I'm sorry, the round goes to Armstrong, and they'll be taking, more than likely, going to be attacking the same bomb sites, as Lone Wolf will probably move up to the top floor as well. But actually, as it stands right now, it looks like they're going to take the split level living room and training room. Definitely a different bomb site than we're used to seeing.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
So let's see if they've been practicing something to defend this bomb site. They are going to go ahead and reinforce garage.
Bomb located by attackers. Barricade in place! 10 seconds left.
They're not going to get all the reinforcements, as one still needs to get done here.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
It looks like they're blowing open the hatch from kitchen. As Armstrong's going to go ahead and make their push here. I do have this Valkyrie here that's watching stairs. The Glaz was downed, but is going to be revived by the Twitch and get up as they're going to start pushing here down into the A-bomb site. As the Valkyrie is watching on the cams, and the Pulse peek the head around. Does get a couple of shots to land, but it looks like it must have hit the...
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
But the Buck is actually taken down by the Rook as he makes his way in. It's a very strong angle to hold. It's not one that's easily countered unless you come around that corner pre-firing.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. I'm dry. Located the hostile.
The Twitch is actually moving in from the second floor. And they're going to quickly realize that there's no defender. But Pulse is still waiting in the kitchen, is able to get the shots down on the lethal. Delta is able to take out Daily Wyatt. And now it's a 2v4 for the attackers. As Thatcher does move in and does have control of the B site. But the diffuser is down on the floor underneath in a very bad spot. With 27 seconds left to go, they're going to have to go for the kills here instead. And he's actually going to be looking up as Pulse peeks the corner and is able to take down the Thatcher. It all comes down to Glaz, who's at 50 health. Got 3 enemies left to take out. He did take out the Rook. He's going to have to make a push here for the diffuser. And as he comes through, he's going to get taken out by the Jaeger. So 2 successful defense rounds here on House. A little bit unconventional, but it's nice to see something different for a change. And now it looks like Armstrong's going to be moving down here into the training room garage, the traditional bomb site.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, so we're getting set up here. It's probably going to be pretty standard defenses set up.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Okay.
Ready. Using a activating jammer. 10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
Armstrong's finishing setting up their defenses here as the round is about to start, and Lone Wolf's going to make their push here onto Garage.
The bomb. Activated.
It looks like we are going to have the bandit trick coming out here from Daily Wyatt.
ADS deployed and ready to go. Bomb located by attackers.
Looks like they're checking for rumors here first before they start making a push here on the Garage. Triggered actually gets a nice shot there on the mute. And that charge is going to get destroyed by the bandit. And Delta gets a nice shot there on the Lobster, so they are able to pick off 2 members before even opening up, as that Blackbeard is starting to peek around the corner. He's going to put some shots there onto the bandit to try to scare him away from that spot, but unable to do so. And with 1:30 left to go, there are only 3 defenders left, but they're going to have to get that bandit out of there. And now they're just going to play the waiting game here, but they only have a minute left, so they're going to have to do something here as the Blackbeard's going to peek around. And Bandit is, of course, protected by that charge, and he is going to get the thermite charge, so both of them are down, and now they're going to have to make a push from somewhere else as their Capitao gets taken down by the Rook. Doc, I apologize. As he was pushing down the stairs, now they do have the Ash coming down the same stairs. And it's going to get taken out by the Bandit to trade it on, so 3v3 with 40 seconds left to go. The thermite charges are both down. They're going to have to make a push here from someone else. As Bandit's trying to hold this very small angle here. 30 seconds left to go. Looks like they're not really sure what to do at this point. And this could be a potential 3rd defense success round in a row on House.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds remaining.
And with that little amount of time, they're going to have to make a push for the kills. Once again, as they're not going to have time to get in and plant. As the diffuser goes down to Thatcher, 1 second left to go, and the round again goes to the defense. 2 very evenly matched teams here. And could potentially be seeing this one go to overtime, unless something changes soon. Usually when you're seeing a match on House, it's the team that first successfully defends the objective that will go on to win the match. But here it looks like it's going to be the first team to actually successfully attack that could go on to win. Of course, Armstrong's looking to do just that, as they're going to be attacking the very room they just defended, training room and garage. Now, Lone Wolf is bringing a Frost to the table. I don't think this is one of the best sites to have a Frost, as most of the places that would be planted, where you would want to perhaps hide a trap, would get destroyed should the walls get opened. Now, she is running the SMG as opposed to the shotgun, So it's a little bit better off in case they do get open. But it looks like he might be actually be going for some spawn peeks here. And then she's just trying to open up some of the windows to try to scare them off a little bit.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving.
And that's what it is as she makes her way back down into the basement.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
And there's the Ash down and the diffuser in a very bad spot. That's not where you want that diffuser down. But the bandit is actually far away now, and this is going to get opened up here. He does put the bandit charges down on this side, but those will get Thatchered, so that's not going to be a problem. As Buck tries to get some shots there onto Frost, but she's out of the way in time. The bandit is thinking about peeking this corner here, but he's going to be right in Buck's crosshairs if he does. But the Buck actually comes running in to defuse with 2 minutes left. Not the best idea, but the plant is going down anyway. He's going to make a push here, and with the smoke, they're not able to see the bandit push across, and he's able to take out 2 of them as they went in for the defuse. And now there's only 2 left. They have the glass outside, and we could be looking at a 4th potential defense. And a beautiful shot from Rainbaru all the way from training. That's going to take out Lethal Aim. Cold Phoenix pushes outside to take out the Glaz. Doesn't push outside. Actually, well, I guess even with the shotgun nerf, if you put enough pellets down range, one of them's going to hit. So, haven't seen a long-range shotgun kill like that in a long time. But as the defense wins again, it looks like that streak is going to continue. What team's going to break that streak and successfully attack here on House? That's the question that's going to be answered now and could determine what team wins this map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
As Armstrong moves back up to defend the top floor, which is where we started. They were able to get a couple of key kills at the beginning of the round, which slowed the push.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Now the big key there that last time was having that pulse here in this spot. Took out 2 members that were coming in through this window here to try to plant. The Ash was able to come up and flank around and take out a few members, but there was only a few seconds left and there wasn't enough time.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
And once again, Ash is going to make her way up to the roof to start the round. He's going to make sure all these cameras are taken out. They do have the Jaeger there, making sure that no one goes up onto the treehouse. But the Ash is actually pushing now as he's defending. Tries to get the spray, but the reinforcement finishes before he can get anything done. Now there is one right there on the other side of that barricade, and if he breaks that, he could get the Ash. Pulse is actually going to know he's there, and he's going to peek around. And just as the shots start to come out, the Ash moved away. The Fuse might be thinking about putting in through that window there. But as the Kapkan tries to come out behind, Ash makes him pay for it. Good reaction there by Jefferson Starship. two more protecting this side of the house. So they do have to be careful. And one's going to get spotted there as he runs across into master bedroom. 55 seconds left to go. They're going to have to start making their push. That window is open, so Ash is exposed from the side and may not know it.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
And Ash comes in and drops the diffuser in the bathroom. And that could be it for the attackers. Even with the 4v4, 30 seconds left. They're going to have to make a push here for that diffuser and to get the kills. As the frag comes in, it's not going to do much. As Lethal gets a nice shot there on the trigger, Daily Wyatt takes out Delta. And now we're looking at a 2v4 situation. 15 seconds left to go, and we're going to have another failed attack here. As Twitch would have to come in and get 4 kills, and it's just not going to have the angles or the time. Gets one. Actually, there was a team kill there. Lethal trying to get Cold Phoenix actually took out Daily Wyatt as he was running across. Two very evenly matched teams here going at it, and right now it's just been defense after defense, just winning each round, which is not something that you would usually see on House. So this is definitely something to take a look at here and see what's going on.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
As they're going to go back to split level, which they did, of course, successfully defend.
Attackers discovered the location of a bomb.
They'll go ahead and get all the reinforcements here in garage. Now, last time the attackers tried to push this little red hallway here, and it turned into the hallway of death as 4 or 5 people ended up being there from both teams. Well, a couple died to roamers, to the pulse roamer that was up here in kitchen. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if that pulse plays that same position. It did work out for him last time, but let's see how the attackers plan for that this time around. As it was the Twitch, and I believe the Buck that tried pushing him last time around. These bandit charges are going to go down here, so they will be able to thermite into garage. But Pulse is actually going to make a bold move this time. Instead of waiting around, decides to jump out the window. And he was very key to that defense last time around, so this could be interesting. This could be well for the attackers. Now, I'm not sure what the attackers are waiting for here. They could go ahead and get this taken care of. Now, the Valkyrie is above. Is going to look. Takes down the Buck. Now, with that C4, could have thrown the C4 out there instead, but decided not to. And the thermite charge is going to go off. So they are going to have access there to the garage. But the thermite's actually going to push here to push that Valkyrie back. Now, with that shotgun, it might not be a good idea to go in through that window. Sees the Valkyrie there. Maybe try to bait him with the drone a little bit. Not going to be able to see him from that angle. But does come out just enough for the thermite to down. Doesn't know that he's down though, so he's not going to know to push in to finish her off. Ash did come in and was able to pick off the Rook. Bandit is there on low health. And the other 2 members are down, so it is just the Bandit at very low health. He's going to have to make something here if he wants to save his teammates. Now Ash has the angle. Thermite does come in and finish off the Valkyrie. Ash comes around the corner, finishes off the Bandit. And we have our first successful attack round here by Armstrong, which will put them on match point if they're able to successfully defend their next round. Now, Lone Wolf, the blue team, does need to win one of these two maps that they'll be playing tonight if they want to stay alive to get into the semifinals.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Envoy ready. Fall back here. Bomb located by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers objective.
Now, last time it really came down to this battery juggle here by Bandit. And the Blackbeard was able to take out 2 people through that gap there in the bookshelf, but wasn't able to take out the Bandit. So let's see if he's able to do that again. As the Jaeger did run across there. But the thermite charge actually gets off. The Blackbeard was enough of a distraction to push him back. And Delta actually opens up with a nice kill there on the Lobster, and the incendiary grenade takes out Lethal Aim. So that's the Jaeger and the Kapkan down. As they're going to launch their assault here to stay alive in this match. Rambaro takes out the Doc as the shots are coming out now. It is now a 2v5 situation. Something that we do try to prepare for here in Tactical Gaming in a little game we call the Alamo. They're living it now, seeing what it's actually like against 5 attackers. The Blackbeard is going to cross behind that fence, but is on very low health. They have a minute 20, and anything can happen here as the Bandit goes across and actually crosses in front of the Rook. Rook does get the team kill on the Bandit, but is able to take out the Blackbeard as well, but the push is going to come in, and they're actually going to use that shield for cover. As the Rook does take down one of them, it is now a 1v1. I'm sorry, 1v2 as Capitao is pushing from the other side. Ash is going to wait for the Capitao to push. He's going to come in. He does get the Ash. When it did turn into a 1v1, it was too late, and Delta was able to finish off and secure the attack. Very nice comeback. Very nice attempt there for Death Dealer Shark, as he was able to take down 4 of them, but the 5th one was the one that made the difference. Was going for the ace. Now Armstrong is still on match point. They're going to have to attack Kid's bedroom and workshop if they want to put this map away and move on to Chalet.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now, this isn't a bomb set that they've tried to defend before. So far, they've been doing split level and then garage and work and training room. So we haven't seen what their defense looks like here yet. Now, they did bring a castle to the table.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
They do have a couple of rotate holes here from Master Closet and the hallway. Now that's the Valkyrie down already by some nades, but the second nade is actually going to go too far and is not going to do enough damage. Now, this is clearly a full A push here into Workshop.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
And the diffuser is already down. So a quick push and a quick plant. Death Dealer Shark is able to take out Jefferson Starship. And the Valkyrie was able to get revived, but is going to have to make a push here
Defenders have located
as the diffuser is starting to tick down. They are able to take out the Buck, but Daily Wyatt is able to trade back on, take out the Valkyrie and the Rook. And it's now a 2v4 with about maybe 10 to 15 seconds left to go. They're going to have to get in there if they want to defuse. As Jaeger pushes in and gets downed, it's all on the Frost, who is not able to get the angle to take out Daily Wyatt. And Armstrong wins the first map on house, 5 rounds to 3. And it's all going to come down to Chalet. Lone Wolf needs to win if they want to stay alive to get into the semifinals. If Armstrong wins, Raven Shield will secure their spot in the playoffs. Give these guys a couple of seconds and then we'll go ahead and start. Alright, welcome back everybody. We're getting ready here for the second map here on Chalet. Again, Lone Wolf needs to win this map if they want to stay alive for the semifinals, so we're going to go ahead and get it started without further ado. We are here on Chalet, second map of the night, Armstrong versus Lone Wolf. Let's see who's going to take it. Alright, and it looks like Lone Wolf's going to set up here, kitchen trophy room. As they're going to bring a Doc, Kapkan, Smokebrook, and Jaeger to the table, while Armstrong is... Armstrong starting on defense, sorry for that. Kitchen trophy room. We actually have Deathkiller Shark playing Doc here instead of Kami, who's been playing him throughout the tournament, devastating people with that shotgun.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So again, a very common bomb. Usually we'll see this wall here will be opened up in between the two bomb sites. This one will be reinforced here. Usually you'll have bandit or mute charges on it, but that's not going to be the case as they didn't bring either one of those operators. Someone's going to come up here to grab this hatch in master bedroom. It'll probably be the Kapkan who grabbed the one in the hallway. Other than that, you'll reinforce these walls here in the kitchen
10 seconds remaining.
to prevent anybody from firing through this window and catching any defender that's going to be hiding behind this door.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
The attackers are going to make their way as they approach the building. It looks like they're actually going to break in through the basement underneath Trophy, which is a good spot for Ash to go in and can definitely open up some spots underneath. Looks like they're all getting in position, waiting here for the call to go ahead and push into garage. It looks like they're going to be pushing a basement and top floor at the same time, but there actually aren't any roamers whatsoever. We actually do have one roamer. Smoke hiding out in the basement here. This Blackbeard's going to put some shots through that window. Open that up. As the Thermite's going to go ahead and grab this hatch here in the kitchen. And the smoke's going to go down. And he's actually going to drop down and start planting immediately. As he's actually being watched from above. Ash falls through by mistake, but gets some shots there and takes out the cat. Puts some shots there onto Doc, but ultimately gets taken down. The diffuser does get down, however, as the defenders are going to have to move in here quickly to defuse this. So a very quick diffuser plant. And the smokes are actually going to stop the Doc from getting in. Oh, no, they're not. Doc is in. Alright. The Blackbeard is down. The diffuser is going in. They're not pushing the diffuser there, and the diffuse is going to go through. As the sledge was watching it, but didn't actually see the person hitting it through the hole in the wall. If that Ash was able to stay up and not drop down, they would have had a very key role keeping that up there, protecting the diffuser and making sure that it can get taken down.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now it's going to be the bomb site here for Lone Wolf to defend.
Bomb located by attackers.
As their bandits going to come up here and get these 2 hatches. No other reinforcements have gone down yet, and there's only 10 seconds left until the round starts. Very late in the reinforcements. I'm not sure exactly what their plan is here.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. The objective is to defuse a bomb.
Now they do have the Caveira here roaming upstairs in the office. Could potentially take out, if that's where that buck is going. But this is a very key wall here that you want to have reinforced. It gives the attackers full access from this lobby into B. As Valkyrie's going to get taken out by the Capitao arrow from lethal aim outside. It's a good spot to hide if you're on defense, but if Capitao knows you're there, you're not going to be able to get out of there alive. And the bandit is waiting there underneath, waiting for someone to peek up. Does see one, is able to take down the Ash who was throwing a smoke in, which is going to actually give cover for the bandit to cross. Capitao is still going to push the attack here on B. And Lethal sees just the tip of Bandit's head and is able to line up the shot, taking him down. And now the B site is completely clear as Buck comes in. He's going to be able to not start getting the plant off, as the Rook was able to get an angle on him. He does see the Capitao in there. The shots are going to come out there on and down the Capitao, but the Thermite's actually there, right on the other side of him. Doesn't know exactly where he is, but with the smoke, the Thermite doesn't see him, and he gets taken down as the Rook escapes barely with his life. But now it's a 1v3. The Rook is down low, and the Thatcher is planting. And the plant is going to finish. But with the Rook on low health, not much is going to be able to be done about that, but the Caveira actually gets him through the wall, and the defuse is going to go through. So it'll be 1 round each after 2 rounds. That was a much better attack, but ultimately they got taken out by their own smoke grenades, as the Rook was able to get that nice kill onto Buck as he was going into plant, able to take out the Capitao and the Thermite in the smoke because he saw them before the smoke started. And they didn't see him coming. And now we're going to move down into Wine Cellar Snowmobile Garage for Armstrong's second defense. And there's Kami back playing that dock with no doubt, more than likely, a shotgun. And he's actually running the P90 this time, which is surprising. I know Kami likes to run that shotgun as much as possible. But they may have told him for this bomb site, you might want to get something a little bit more long range. Because if those walls get opened up, shotgun's not going to do much. Now, of course, that is the exception there with Smoke, because he does have the SMG-11, which did recently get nerfed, as it doesn't have the ACOG anymore. But if you're still good with the holographic sight, you're still able to line up some pretty good headshots with that one.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective
And that's the spot I like to sit when I'm defending down here, is up there on that sink. Definitely catch a lot of attackers off guard as they're coming down those stairs. It is best played with a shotgun, as you don't have to worry really about aiming. You can just hip fire as they come around the corner at that point. Because if they do drone you, they are going to pre-fire it, and with a shotgun that doesn't really matter too much. There's no bandit or mute on the other team, so the thermite will be able to come right in and open these up without a problem. But he's actually pushing in above, and just making some holes there, maybe to try to bait them out a little bit. And the smoke is actually going to seep through there, so he's not able to do it. This is a different tactic that most people don't usually use by putting the smoke up there. It is going to delay the push by about 30 seconds, so this is definitely interesting. The thermite is going to be able to get open on that far left side where the smoke isn't actually reaching. But it did do about 50 damage there to the thermite, so definitely an interesting tactic I haven't seen used before. This isn't a bad spot for the glass to sit. He is fairly well protected. But the Jaeger does have an excellent spot there. But Glaz is going to see him and try to get some shots onto him. And he's going to wait for his head to peek out there again. He actually sees it on the other side. Gonna play the peek game, but they keep dodging at the perfect time. As Triggered is able to use that SMG-11 to take out the smoke. But it's actually Sledge's SMG-11. Ultimately, Jaeger wins the battle against Glaz, out sniping him. As the thermite actually opens up here into this little back closet. Now here's the post waiting to come around from behind, but no one's actually pushing this way. As Chef is able to take out Kami. Daily Y is able to take out Sledge through the floor, as he did hear him breaking in above. The thermite is down, and they're going to have to make a push here. Jeff takes down Lethal. They must have downed each other, and then Delta is able to take down Daily Wyatt to finish off the round, putting Lone Wolf up 2 rounds to 1. And now Lone Wolf's going to set up down in the same spot, Wine Cellar Snowmobile Garage.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now they bandit, so they may try to do the bandit here to try to stop Armstrong from pushing through that garage door.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
And now we're going to see a battery juggle here between the bandit and the thermite. But the bandit's actually up on the 2nd floor, so it looks like that's not going to be an issue, as Thatcher is just going to take those out, and thermite's going to open up. As bandit's actually pushing around. And a team kill comes through from Lethal Aim onto Death Dealers, as it looked like he was trying to shoot through the drone hole and actually takes out the thermite, so they're not going to be able to push through the garage. That was a huge mistake. And now they're going to have to readjust their attack here and figure out how they're going to approach this. As they actually have Bandit here roaming with the shotgun. And they're going to have to push down these back stairs here. As the flank does pay off, as Jefferson is able to take down the Thatcher, and it's now a 5v3, looking very good here for the defense. And now they know where the attack's coming from. As Frost pushes forward with that Super 90, does get the kill onto Buck, but gets taken down, traded by the Blackbeard. But here comes the flank from the Bandit. He's pushing down behind Daily Wyatt, and he's going to try to catch him off guard, but Capitow's there waiting for him, and is able to secure it, and it's now a 2v2. But Rambaru gets the kill there on a Daily Wyatt, and it's now a 1v2, with Pulse holding one angle, and Jaeger hanging out in Wine Cellar, waiting for the Capitow to push. He's going to see his head there if he peeks around. Does see him. But I don't think he's seen him go upstairs. Capitow's going to have to make something happen here. He was the one that team killed the Thermite. He is the one responsible for the trouble that they're in right now, so he's going to have to make a push. And it looks like he's trying to come around from behind. That grenade's going to give away his position. Jaeger knows he's there. He's going to try to drone real quick. Sees the Jaeger is there, makes his way across. It's all going to come down to this shot here. 15 seconds left. And Rainbaro with a beautiful shot takes down Lethal Aim to secure the round for Lone Wolf, putting them up 3 rounds to 1 over Armstrong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers. Attackers have
Alright, and
bomb.
as Armstrong moves back up here to the kitchen trophy room, this time they do have a bandit to bandit these walls here.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Well, they did successfully defend it last time around.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So we actually see a fuse being brought out here for a change. Not something that we've seen before. Some late reinforcements going on up there in master bedroom. Now this is a good bomb site to bring a fuse, as he is able to fuse through the floors into the bomb sites below, especially into the dining room, which is where most of the defenders are going to be, because it's suicide to actually sit in kitchen. This is dangerous game here. Rook and Doc are playing. It's exactly how team kills happen. That's why you want to have one person watching an angle at a time. Now Daily Wyatt here is holding this angle here. Now the Capitow isn't going to be able to burn him out. as he's upstairs watching master bedroom for the fuse. As they're going to move in and look to push this attack from above. Now, there are no roamers here to deal with them up here, so they're going to be able to do whatever they want. Now, last time they were able to get that quick plant down, but it got diffused as no one was able to actually keep an eye on it, as pretty much all hell broke loose once the diffuser planted. It's a little different this time around, as they did open it up, but they're not dropping down right away this time, as the defenders are definitely ready for that, as they have multiple people watching that angle. But there's the fuse, and it's going to come down into the room below. It's not going to hit anybody, as they're able to run away into the corner to get away from it. But here comes another one. And again, it misses, but it does separate them. 45 seconds left to go. There hasn't been too much going back and forth here. But there's the first shot as the Glaz takes down Jaeger. And the fuse is going to start pushing in here, as the Capitao is also going to start shooting in there. Daily Wyatt is able to take down the Glaz. So that's the whole push that was coming outside trophy window. Jefferson Starship's able to take down the dock. And with 15 seconds left to go, they have 3 defenders left to find. As Sledge is gonna push in and get taken down. The Smoke's gonna be able to keep them out. As 10 seconds left, they're gonna have to go for the kills. Rook's down, Smoke's down. There's one left. It's the Bandit. Thermite drops in, gets taken down with 2 seconds left to go. They're not gonna find him and not get the diffuser down, as Armstrong takes it. Daily Wyatt is able to keep them off, and the Smoke ultimately also holding them off, even though he got taken out. Daily Wyatt did the smart thing there. He was able to stop that last person from putting down the diffuser, and then just backed away, knowing that there wasn't enough time for them to pick it up and start planting. If he had pushed, he could have got taken out, and that round would have swung the other way. But now at this point, Armstrong's looking to tie it back up with this round, as they're going to be attacking Kitchen Trophy this time around.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Time to armor up. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Alright, so they get the hatches above, and this time they are going to go ahead and reinforce this wall. Now, they did successfully defend it last time around, but it was a very close round, as the Thatcher was able to almost clutch it for them, as he did get the diffuser down, but wasn't able to stay alive to stop them from defusing it. Liam's going to get a frag in through there, but not able to do any damage onto anybody. He's going to come around, as the Bandit was watching, but they were actually just out of each other's line of sights, weren't able to take each other out. But he does have a good shot there now, is able to take out the fuse. And then Lethal peeks into the same corner, Jeff taking out both of them. And already we're looking at a 3v5. The defenders are in very good shape here. They're just going to have to play it patiently if they want to go up. This would put them on match point if they do successfully defend here.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
The whole push is coming from one direction.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
The defenders just need to play the waiting game here. They don't need to get too eager. They just need to sit here and wait.
Drone's ready.
$50 seconds left. I have Blackbeard holding this angle here in kitchen window. They find a black eye and are able to take it out. But as the attackers start to jump in through the window, Jeff takes out another one. Death Dealers is able to go in and take out Cold Phoenix. So it is a 4v2 now. The diffuser is down in the site. Rook goes down low. The Blackbeard comes in and takes down the bandit. And it's now a 2v2. 2v1 as the attackers are going to go in. The diffuser's down, 9 seconds left. All he needs to do is hide instead of pushing. But he actually gets the kill, gets the double kill, takes down Daily Wyatt and Shark. Very risky move. If he had died, that would have been the end of the round. But gets aggressive, goes, pushes in, and secures the round for Lone Wolf, putting Lone Wolf 1 round away from winning their first map. Now Armstrong has already secured their spot into the semifinals. They're only playing for placement here. If they win here, they would be put into 2nd place above Lockdown. If they lose here, they will be 3rd place. Either way, they'll be facing Lockdown in the first semifinal.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
If Lone Wolf wins here, they will be playing to finish their match against Ravenshield on Bank. The winner of that match will go on to the semifinals. Lone Wolf 1 round away.
Left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Now there is a bandit, but they're not actually going to be playing the bandit trick here. This bandit is in a much different location as he's going to go back up here onto the sink. He's going to make sure that crossbow goes in this time. But it's actually doing damage through the wall, and that's what killed the thermite last time around. And that was on the other side. And the thermite's actually going to pull it off this time for whatever reason. And now he's going to open it up. And the thermite's at about 50 health once again, but this time instead of from the smoke delaying him, it's from the Capitao arrow. The trigger's going to make a push in there. Death Dealers might not know that there's a hole there behind him, and if he walks past that again, the sledge is going to see him. He actually lands some shots there onto the Rook, but doesn't know he's hitting him, so he walks away. And the Rook actually gets downed and taken down by the Thermite as he was trying to retreat there back into Wine Cellar. Smoke runs outside and gets taken down by Jeff, and this is looking very good here for Lone Wolf. As it's still a 5v3. They're droning a couple of locations now, trying to find out exactly where they are. They find the dock, and they find the Jaeger. As soon as smoke comes around this corner, he's going to get met by that bandit who's waiting for him to peek the corner. He's going to come around the corner, and there's the bandit. Bandit takes him down and moves back down stairs, back onto his spot on the sink. Thermite knows he's there, but he's going to drop the connector. Wyatt gets taken down, Jeff takes down Kami, Cole takes down Lethal, and that's the victory for Lone Wolf. The victory they needed. They needed one map from Armstrong, and now all they need to do is win one map bank against Raven Shield to secure their spot into the semifinals. That match will be brought to you next weekend, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The winner of that match will be going on to the semifinals to play against Bishop, the undefeated team. Thank you all for watching so far. It was a wonderful night, some great plays. We'll see you all next week to determine who's going to be making it to the playoffs. Master Vrago, checking out.